he still talks to her. That's the line that stopped me. The man who made arenas jump with It's Not Unusual is now 85, and he spends quiet mornings speaking to someone who isn't here anymore. I'm Sarah Reed, and this is Golden American Legends. Today, I want to show you the Tom Jones most people don't see, the one behind the spotlight, the one who carries love and loss like a second heartbeat. When I first read about his mornings, sun coming through a London window, the Thames moving slow, and Tom whispering to a memory, I felt my chest tighten. Fame doesn't protect anyone from grief, does it? He has the knighthood, the trophies, the applause. But at home, it's just a man and the echo of a life he built with his first love, Linda. So how did we get here? From a Coal Town voice to global star, from teenage sweethearts to a goodbye that changed everything. And why does he still speak out loud to her? I'll walk you through it. His rise, their love, the heartbreak, and the rituals that keep him standing. Stay with me, because this one is tender, and it's true. And if you've ever loved someone you still talk to, you'll feel this. Let's go back to where the voice began. I didn't expect a voice like that to come from a terraced street in Pontypridd. But that's where Thomas John Woodward, Tom Jones, found his sound. Picture a kid who sang anywhere he could. Pubs after work, local halls, tiny stages with big dreams. Then 1965 hits, and suddenly It's Not Unusual explodes. It's catchy, cheeky, and it puts him on every radio, every TV screen. The world meets this powerhouse baritone, and he meets his destiny. From there, it's a rush. Delilah, she's a lady, and even a James Bond theme, Thunderball. He's not just singing, he's commanding rooms. I love the clips of him in a velvet jacket, the grin, the swagger. But here's what matters. He could do pop, torch ballads. The range was a storm. Awards pile up. In time, he's knighted Sir Tom Jones, and he keeps reinventing himself. New audiences, new sounds, and then a surprise role, coach on The Voice UK. He becomes the mentor, the warm uncle of the industry, telling young singers to dig deeper. This is the legend we remember. Crowds, cameras, a man drenched in spotlight. But even back then, there was someone he always went home to. And that's where the real story starts. Let's talk about Linda. Here's the part that makes me smile and ache at the same time. Tom and Linda were teenagers in Pontypridd, high school sweethearts. They married young, really young, and became parents at 16. Most people would sink under that weight. They built a life. He worked by day, chased music at night, and she held the center. Tom has called her the treasure of love. I love that. It sounds like a song title, but he meant it. In stories he tells, Linda's not just cheering from the wings, she's pushing the dream forward. When he doubted, she said, "We will." When he flubbed, she picked him up. She kept records, offered truth, and never let the fame wash away the boy from Wales. They weathered the crazy parts of stardom and kept that home flame going. You can feel that history in the way he talks about her, like the ground under his feet had a name. I think about how rare that is in show business, nearly 60 years of partnership. Imagine the birthdays, the backstage whispers, the dances in kitchens no one saw. But every great love carries a shadow we pretend not to see. The darkest one found them in 2016. And that's where the tone of our story changes. I'll be honest, this part is hard. In late 2015, Linda was diagnosed with lung cancer. She didn't smoke. Life isn't fair about these things. By early 2016, Tom stopped everything, tours, plans, and went to her side. In interviews, he shared a moment that just breaks me. He told her he wasn't sure he could sing again. And she said, "I know where I'm going, but don't die with me." Can you imagine that kind of love? She gave him permission to live. She asked him to carry on. When Linda passed in April 2016, Tom said he felt empty. He needed grief counseling. He couldn't picture life with anyone else, no history with anybody else, as he put it. Even years later, when he sits for interviews, Linda dominates the conversation. Not as a headline, as a presence. I've sat with widowers, and the through line is the same. Time moves, but the room still holds the other chair. That was their story. The legend with the roar of a crowd, and the man who suddenly had to walk into a quiet house. So what do you do when the love of your life is gone, and the world still expects a show? You build new rituals. You let grief speak, and then you sing back. I picture the scene because he's described it so clearly. A London apartment by the river, warm light on old photos, Whales on the walls, memories in frames. After 4 decades in Los Angeles, he's home in Britain again. He sits by the window, sometimes in a dark jacket, and he talks to Linda, not in a spooky way, just talking to the love of his life. Morning and night, a few words to her portrait, a small prayer that they'll meet again. That's how he keeps the thread. And still, he works. At 85, Sir Tom records, tours in measured bursts, and lends that big-hearted wisdom to young singers. The Voice UK made a whole new generation fall for him. In 2021, he released Surrounded by Time, an album that felt like a journal set to music. You can hear grit and grace in every track, like he poured the ache into craft. That, to me, is resilience. People ask me, is his life tragic now? I think it's tender. It's solitary at times, yes, but it's also full of purpose. He keeps fit, he keeps singing, and he keeps Linda close. Do you have a ritual for someone you miss? I do. And I think Tom's is simple and beautiful. Speak their name, then carry on. That's courage you can't fake. Here's my take. Applause is loud, but it's quick. Love is quiet, and it lasts. Tom Jones conquered stages across the world. He was knighted, celebrated, and reinvented. But the measure of his later life isn't the decibels, it's devotion. He chose to live after loss because she asked him to. He chose to keep creating because art is where he meets her halfway. When I think of him now, I don't just see the mic drop and the grin. I see a man by a window, telling a story only 2 people can hear. It's sad, yes, but it's not empty. It's a life that honors a promise. Don't die with me. If that moves you, you're not alone. On Golden American Legends, we try to hold both truths, the myth and the heart beating under it. So, what do you remember most about Tom? An old performance? A song that got you through something? Drop it in the comments. And if this story reached you, give it a like so others can find it. We're not done yet. There's one more note to land. If you stayed to the end, thank you. I'm Sarah Reed, and this has been Golden American Legends. Tom Jones at 85 isn't the headline-grabbing star of the 60s, but he's something deeper. A man who keeps a promise every morning. He talks to Linda. He sings for both of them. And somehow, that makes the music mean more. I hope this gave you a little courage today. Grief doesn't end. It changes shape. If you want more stories like this, icons reframed with heart, tap subscribe, ring the bell, and join our crew. Who should we cover next? And what Tom Jones song still hits you the hardest? I'm all ears. Thanks for watching, for sharing your own memories, and for keeping the legends alive with us. Until next time, keep the love, keep the music, and carry the song forward.